Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him, was the first person to draw blood for the cause of Islam. And this was in the fourth year of the prophethood of the Prophet ﷺ, where there was a skirmish between the Quraysh and the Muslims. And this was in an environment where it had just become public that Islam was being preached. And the Quraysh attacked the Muslims in their congregations when they were praying in private. And Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with them, retaliated. And what's very fascinating about the story is the weapon he used, which was a camel's jawbone. Now, this is a very beautiful story for a variety of reasons. First, it shows the continuation of the message of Islam in line with the previous scriptures, because there are reports in the Old Testament of Samson using a donkey's jawbone against the Philistines. So it's a beautiful legacy in that way. Another reason is because it shows the primordial nature of Islam, the fact that Islam is in line with nature and the innate human fitra, where, in a world of empires where there's advanced weaponry being used by the Romans, the Sassanids, and the surrounding forces and empires, a very humble weapon is used to kickstart the military campaign of Islam going forward, which is a camel's jawbone. And there's another beautiful aspect to it, which is Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him, goes on to become a very prominent warrior for the cause of Islam. He's well known for his archery skills, and that deserves a completely separate video. But what's also interesting is the trajectory of the military campaigns going forward in Islam also follows a very similar trajectory to the personal one that Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him, goes on to follow. One of the 10 companions promised paradise, by the way. And that is, 800 years later, at the gates of Constantinople in 1453, the largest cannon in history is used in Constantinople to break through the city walls and complete the siege of Constantinople. From using the first weapon ever used in Islam was the most primitive weapon there was in that world at that time, compared to every other empire. Other empires using swords and the like, whereas Islam used a jawbone. And subhanAllah, 800 years later, the Muslims are using the biggest cannon ever utilized in the battlefield, the most scariest weapon at that time. So you see, from humble beginnings to incredible futures.